Hey everyone, Gav here, and welcome to Gav's Low and No. This is my first episode, and from this channel we will be testing non-alcoholic and low-alcohol beers, wines, spirits, and the like, and also probably some things like sugar-free sweets, chocolates, and other such things. Okay, so I'd like to start today by talking about alcohol-free Kölsch. Kölsch is a beer that comes from Cologne that's very similar in style to a pilsner. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute because it does look like a pilsner when you pour it out. And I have three kinds today, or three brands. Really popular one that you'll see everywhere in Cologne, Früh. We also have Gaffel, which is the one that you see in a lot of pubs near where I live, near Düren. And the Reissdorf variant. What's really interesting, right off the bat, is the Früh Kölsch. The alcohol-free version, the bottle, the design of the bottle and the label looks very, very similar, just that it has these big double zeros on the front. The Gaffel has like a lighter color label to it, so it's a lighter blue, and again two big zeros on the front. But oddly enough, this bottle looks completely different to the alcohol variant. It has a gold label, and it comes in a colorless bottle. So I don't imagine that it's designed for storage because of the potential for light strike. Okay, but let's get into these. I think I would like to start probably first with the Früh Kölsch. So I'll crack it open. Unfortunately, I don't have Kölsch glasses here because it's not really a beer that I drink. I certainly don't drink it at home. And I have kind of like small glasses. So I have a Bitburger glass for Bitburger Pilsner. It's a 0.3 glass. You can see that there. This is actually a Kronbacher glass, but it's been in the dishwasher so many times now that the branding has worn away, but that's also 0.3 litre. And I have this is also a 0.3 litre, but this is in the, I think it's called the Malaga tankard, but I'm not too sure. Okay, let's take the Bitburger glass and pour this right in. So I pour it like I would a pilsner, and I have to say there's not much of a head forming. There's plenty of fizz in it though. Yeah, there's not much of a head. I'll wait for a second and then I'll top that up. I just drop it in now and see if a head forms. Yeah, let's take a look. It's coming along. Okay. So this is a 333 milliliter bottle, and it just about fills the glass here. Okay, so there's a little bit of a head on it. I've gone over the line. I'll put that to one side. Now on the nose, this smells really metallic. It smells like beer, really. Let's get into it. Okay, so you can taste right away that the alcohol is missing. It doesn't have that that kind of like spicy bite to it. You can definitely taste the hops in it, and it definitely is beer. But honestly, if I was given that, I might think that it's a low alcohol beer, because it doesn't have that kind of like syrupy taste that non-alcoholic lagers or pilsners have. It tastes quite thin. Yeah, and the flavour's gone after about 15 seconds. So, but it's enjoyable. So these have been in the fridge at 4 degrees. And yeah, definitely very, very palatable. Very enjoyable. But you can taste that it's a non-alcoholic beer. Okay, I'll put that to one side. Yeah, the interesting thing about that is the flavour doesn't stick around in your mouth. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing is, yeah, it's a matter of opinion, isn't it, I guess, or a matter of taste. Okay. Quite interested in this one. When I drink Kölsch on occasion, I do drink this one. Depending on where I am in Cologne. I'm not in Cologne very often these days, so I have to admit. And I know it to be a good Kölsch. Kölsch is not my favourite beer by any stretch of the imagination. And when I do drink Kölsch, it's one of these three. The other one maybe being Peter's. And I don't know if they have an alcohol-free version. Probably. Okay. Now this one I can smell. It smells like cannabis. It really does. It has that. Oh, wow. But it also has a bit of butterscotch to it. That's really, really weird. And look at the fizz on that. Look at the fizz on that. I mean, that was dying to get out of the bottle. But no head. No head. I imagine that's something to drink right out of the bottle. And actually, it kind of like, if you look at the colour, it looks like a Mexican cerveza, doesn't it? It's really very, very interesting. So it has like a kind of like a butterscotch, but also like a really leafy, herbal, yeah, it smells like weed, honestly. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I don't know that, I'm saying that kind of smells nice at the moment, but I'm also concerned that maybe there's some light strike in there. And look at the fizz. That's blowing up. Right, let's get into it. That is really sweet. There's a kind of like toffee taste to it. So yeah, not far wrong with the butterscotch. It doesn't have a herby, hoppy taste. It actually tastes quite sweet. And I'm quite interested to see how much sugar's in this. So what have we got here? In one bottle, one portion, 83 calories, 17.3 grams of carbohydrates, 8.6 grams of sugar. And if I compare that to the Früh, it doesn't say how much sugar's in here. It just says there is 3.1 grams of carbohydrates. Oh, that's per 100. So, yeah, 9.3 grams of carbohydrates in this compared to 17.3 grams of carbohydrates in this. And it does say the sugar content on here, 8.6 grams. But I will do a search on that later. This is my voice. I've been working all day and I teach English for a living. And yeah, my voice is starting to disappear now. But this might lubricate it. That's weird. I mean, I would say that's not that's not unpalatable per se. It's a little bit off for a beer, but it tastes good. If you like sweet things, this is it. This is the thing to go for. Okay, I'll put that to one side now because I want to get into the next one. Okay, so the Gaffel. I love Gaffel Kölsch. Yeah, so this is this says that it has 0 sugar, 2.7 grams of carbohydrates. I'm a type 2 diabetic, so this is quite good for me, I would say. Oh, but that's per 100 ml, so excuse me there. But no sugar whatsoever. Yeah, so that would be 8.1 grams of carbohydrate overall. And under 60 calories. So 18 calories per 100. 18 kilocalories. Yeah, definitely. So, what's that, 57? No, 50... 54. Yeah, 54 calories in this bottle. So, let's have a bash at this then. Okay, I'm a little bit concerned now because there was no hiss coming out of the bottle. Oh, I can see the bubbles. Okay, so... Okay, this has some fizz to it. I just didn't hear the initial hiss. It's not really forming much of a head. Oh, now it is. Now it is. Now it is. Okay. I just wonder if it'll sustain it. Right, now this is a little cloudier than the others, as you can see. This has kind of like a lit match smell to it, which is not so nice for me. But some people like that. They like it in a wine. Yeah, it smells a bit bready. Nothing too telling so far. Wow. This actually tastes like it has alcohol in it. I would say this is the one with the strongest hop profile. It's there. It has that bite. It has that kind of butyric, yeah, kind of like bitterness to it. And yeah, I mean, I could probably mistake that for an alcoholic beer. And yeah, I mean, if you look at the calorie count from one bottle, just being 54 calories with 0 sugar. Yeah, this seems to be a good choice. What's a little bit off-putting is that it is really quite cloudy compared to the others. But look at the head. The head is still there. The head is still there. That's amazing. Yeah, what can I say about this? So, this is probably my favourite from the 3. It won't be everybody's favourite because I would say that the Reissdorf, it is somewhat exotic in its flavour. I almost said erotic then. It might be for some people. They might get turned on by that. Yeah, it's... I have to say, it wouldn't be my first choice, but that's something that I think a lot of people would go for. Yeah, well done. I mean, really well done. But I have to say with the Gaffel, this is the closest thing to what a beer tastes like. And don't forget, I'm not a big fan of Kölsch generally. I find that they go flat really quickly. I think that's the trick of the brewers, to make sure that it goes flat really quickly so that they can serve it in small amounts very, very quickly. They can have a rapid turnover. But yeah, I mean, that's great. The Früh Kölsch, it's okay. I mean, it's not... and yeah, take a look now. That's also kind of like gone flat. It hasn't really kept its fizz. There's not so much to say on the bottle, really. I don't know if you can see really there. Maybe you can pause that and take a look. So it just says energy 68 kilojoules or 16 kilocalories. Carbohydrate, Kohlenhydrate, it is in German, 3.1 grams, 3,1. But that's for 100 milliliters. Okay, so you have to times that by 3.3, of course. Yeah, a little disappointing, not terrible. But I have to say, in the last, I'm 44 years old. I have to say, in the last 15 years or so, there's been a great improvement. There have been really, really big steps in non-alcoholic drinks. They're not nowhere near that with the wine, I think, because wine is typically between 10 and 15%, and it makes up a big part. Alcohol makes up a big part of the flavour. Whereas with beer, because beer tends to be around about 4, 5, 6%, in some cases 10 or more percent, but normally beer is not more than 5%. And when you take the alcohol out, then it only takes a little bit of the flavour with it, if you see what I mean. The alcohol only makes up a small portion of the flavour. And like I said, in the last 15 years, certainly in the last 20, there have been really, really big steps. And I would say in the last 5 years, quite noticeable steps. And in the Kölsch, you can really tell it. I'm really looking forward to trying out the Guinness 0.0. It's not widely available where I live, but from what I hear, it's indistinguishable from real Guinness. I don't know. I wouldn't bet my house on that, but I'm looking forward to trying that. If anybody has any ideas on what I should review next, please drop me a line or write something in the comments. Okay, so just the final words on this, really. The Gaffel here, probably the best flavour-wise, the best for my health as a diabetic, because it has 0 sugar in it, no leftover sugar. If you like sweet stuff, the Reissdorf, yeah, quite nice, I would say. A little bit too sickly for my taste. I think 2 bottles would be my limit, because I would just get a sweetness overload, I guess. And the Früh Kölsch, yeah, if you pardon the pun, a bitter disappointment, but definitely somebody's cup of tea. Okay, so now I have the job of drinking these up. See you in the next video. Ciao for now.